Today we'll be talking about empowering African immigrant women to become leaders in raising sexually healthy children. This is a project that was initiated by African Canadian Coalition. It's funded by the Status of Women Canada and is based on a Toronto Public Health curriculum. So today we'll be talking to Andalee from Toronto Public Health and Fauzia Noor, who is the project coordinator for the Somali community. Welcome. And please tell us a little bit about this project.
The Raising Sexually Healthy Children Peer Parent Leader Training, a long name, okay, capacity building program. It started in over 10 years ago. It's in 1996, at that time, influx of immigrants. So there is a concern about in the immigrant community about, sex education or the sex message in the community. So there is a project. We talk about how to talk to your kids about sexuality coming up from that time. But you know what, because Toronto is such a big multicultural city, it's difficult to talk about sex without relating to the culture. So we're thinking that the best way of doing it is to have the parents to talk about sexuality with their children. So we create a menu, like a workshop menu for the peer leader we trained from each community, and then to talk about sex education with the mothers or parents in their own community, in their own language.
So what is a peer leader, and how do your participants become peer leaders through this program?
They're all Somali parents, and they get 25 hours of training about raising sexually healthy children curriculum. And they also learn how to facilitate a group of discussion.
Once they receive all the training that Fauzia just mentioned, then they are going out back to their community to talk to the other women. We believe people can express themselves better if they can speak in their mother tongue. Because like what you said, the curriculum is from public health. I'm doing the training with the support of from Fauzia, but it's in English. So what they need is that this group of peer leaders, they will speak in Somali with their own, the other parents from their own community.
So what is this project hoping to achieve?
Well, if we are thinking about when we were young, the media is not as advanced as today. We don't really learn a lot of sex messages when we were young. But right now, because of the technology, because of the advance in the media, children can easily get in touch with all kinds of sex messages. The whole idea of the Raising Sexually Healthy Children is to have our parents as the first and will be the one who teach our children about sex education and how to protect themselves from unwanted touch. And also, it is important for our children to not just unwanted touch, but they are not also to go to touch somebody in an inappropriate way. And also it's talking about gender respect. So we respect both gender. That is what we are, the focus of our program. Again, our program is focused on the parent, but who at the end benefit from the program is our children. It's the parent who is give out accurate information and telling our kids what is okay, what is not okay. Of course, with our community, our cultural backgrounds, because every culture have a different way of expressing about, how you relate to people. So we respect that. At the same time, we have to learn about the Canadian way, what is okay, what is not okay.
So this sexual health education isn't just about sex, it's about sexuality as a whole. And I've learned that there's a very important difference between those two words. What is that difference?
It's different. Sex is the act or the activity. Sexuality, it's all a lot of story. It's about your body, it's about, perceptions that we have. But in Somali, we don't have two different words in these two, sex and sexuality. That's why we need a lot of explanations and a lot of, to talk to parents or the kids to, explain the difference.
So you know what, when I talked to the Somali community about sex and sexuality, I found out that because of the cultural taboo, they don't really have that. So again, sexuality for us, you know what, some people say that is a Canadian concept, but I don't think so, because that is the concepts there, but they don't really have the words. So sexuality refers to our body, our feeling, and the perception we have of ourselves because of cultural and social influence. So my sexuality is different from Fosia's because we are from different culture, different family background, right? But we are all sexual beings, and then healthy sexuality involves, now that's the key word, feeling positive about our sexuality. So if feeling positive means that we shouldn't feel ashamed of talking about it, so that is the difference between sex and sexuality.
Sex and sexuality are taboo subjects in most African communities, including the Somali community, as you've mentioned. So how has this program then been received by the Somali parents that you've been training?
Honestly, at the beginning, they were not comfortable, and they thought we were going to talk about sex. But after the first day, when they find out we're talking about sexuality and we're talking about how to talk to their children about health sexuality within their cultural context, they were very comfortable. And most of peer leaders actually mentioned that they wish they had this kind of training when they first come to the country. So it was well received.
What other feedback have you received?
Communication skills was one of the most important information that they get, how to communicate with their kids and how to talk to them, which can give them, down the road a lot of, conversations with their kids. And that's the whole idea. To learn how to talk to your kids and how to inform them, to teach them what to do or what not to do. So that's one of the feedbacks.
And at what age should parents start talking to their children about sex and sexuality?
We are talking about sex education should start at birth. But when you just said that at what age we should talk, but it's not just talking, it's how you behave, how it's like a model, how you behave when the kids are younger. That is the whole process. So we want the parents to learn the appropriate behavior. Now I give one example. If the kid is touching themselves, if the parent doesn't like it, they say that no, we don't do this in front of people. So that is the way you are telling the kids to do, what they should do, what they shouldn't do, instead of shaming the kids when they are doing something or taking off their clothes in front of people. We just say that we don't do this in front of people. So that is the way that when Fosia talk about the communication skill. So we are just telling them, and the kids is learning that. So they are in turn would talk to other people the same way as the parents talking to them.
So what you're saying essentially is it's not just about the talking, it's about role modeling as well.
Yes.
Okay. Can you just tell us a little bit about role modeling in that case?
Okay. Let's make a scenario like this, like the couple, father and mother. If a mother is always being submissive, and the family actually is the father is doing all the decision making. So it looks like that is not kind of like an equal between the couples. So the son and the daughter will learn the same thing. And then if the mother is able to talk like, talking to the father in a way is respecting each other, such as, oh, girl, I feel being put down when you talk to me like that. I hope next time you can let me know and then we can discuss about this topic. This is a way the kids is going to learn, oh, actually, no matter you're a man or woman, you are able to express your idea and the other partner is going to listen and then will consider. So we are on equal ground to discuss. So that is some of the way that when you two are talking, the kids are watching. So they learn from how you communicate with each other.
The participants then in these workshops talk about some very personal things. What did you have to do or say to make that environment safe and comfortable for the participants?
First, we have a ground rules that we should respect each other, and we don't talk about when we go outside any stories or any conversations that we share in between. That was one of the rules, and the fact that they never talked about this openly and they had a place and a time to share, they felt very comfortable, and they talked about a lot of stories.
I have to add here is that so many other community, including the Somali, I found that because they never really have a safe space to talk. And once they started to talk, they're just enjoying it. And I think the ground rules, I think everybody feels that we are not just talk about sex, we are coming to help our children. I think that is very powerful for them to follow all the rules and then willing to share their experience because they really want the answer.